Good evening. Hope we are all well. Um, just gonna check we are live, where we're meant to be. If you jump on and it's froze, don't worry, it will sort itself out. That was today's live. Let's find this evening's. There we go. Yeah, it's froze. It will sort itself out. It will correct itself. So I will just carry on as normal. If it doesn't get any better, do let me know. And I will see what I can do about it, though I don't really know what I can do, unfortunately. It just seems to be the way Facebook is at the moment. Excuse the mess behind me. I've just been talking to Dylan saying I need to sort out, I need to make room. I've got stuff in the back of my desk underneath that is pre-stamping up days for me. And it's still sat there, so it's time for it to go, isn't it? Yeah. I'll have been with Stampin' Up for 10 years on and off this year. And yeah, that stuff's just sat there, so it's time for it to go. Right. So this evening, because this month we're looking at the Beautiful Ordinary Life suite, but coordinating with that is the Extraordinary Life Scrapbooking Workshop kit. So I thought, you know what? I've got that. Let's have a look at that and do a bit of that. Why not? Saves me having to think, to be honest as well. But no, I love the kits. I think they're fabulous. And this one's no different. All right, so let's open the bag. Pop that to one side. What we got in here? Oh, I like what we've got in here. Switch cameras. We have photo mats. Well, I like those. They're larger. Got a nice little camera. I like that. Right, so we have our instruction sheet. And that tells us how to cut our pages, where each one goes, which side we need, and everything else. We've got photo mats. We might have some more of those yet. We have papers. Come on. We've got one of that one with leaves on the back. We have two of these with these on the back. We have two of that one with the crosses on the back. This one is an exclusive to the kit. It's plain. These are exclusive to the kit. I mean, how darling is that? It's gorgeous, isn't it? All those little flowers. We get two-tone cardstock in Lost Lagoon. And also one sheet of Flirty Flamingo. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of White Willow. And then look at those lovely die cuts there. And we get tags and pockets on this one. And there are, here's some more photo mats. And then we get, I think, that's just our backing paper. We get a sticker sheet. Beautiful flowers on there. So we can make one of these this evening, or one double page spread I thought we would do. So let's have a look at what we've got. We've got lots of niceness, and my thinking is, why not just start straight off with number 1? Now, the kits show you, because you get full sheets, how you have to cut it for each one. And it tells you whether you have it using the front or the back, and which pieces go to which page. So we're going to have to cut quite a bit of this to be able to find exactly what we want. So let's get cutting. So the first sheet we're going to cut is a peach sheet. Well, peach. It's a sheet which is Flirty Flamingo on the one side, and then that. So with that on the front, we need to cut 2 pieces that are 12 by 5 or 5 by 12, whichever. So we only actually need to cut 1, 2. We end up with lots of spares. And these, they're all labelled. So we've got 1A. I always write on the back so that I know which way up it is and which piece. And 1F. Then on our other sheet of this, we need the orientation. That's the way it's saying, with our pattern horizontal. And then we need to, in fact, we don't need to cut that one because that's all for number 2. We're only going to do number 1. So there's some number 1s on here. So we need our stripe as our front. It's the one with the leaves on the back, and it's saying that that's the back. So we want the orientation horizontal, and we need to cut a piece straight down at 1/2 inch. Line that up there and cut 1/2 inch off there, and that's 1D. I'll pop 1D on there. We want that one. Then we need another 1/2 inch. Now they are changing the way the kits come. They've listened to feedback, and rather than you having to do all this, they will come pre-cut. So I need this 1E here and 1J. So I'm going to cut the other bits off just so that I know I've got it right. So I need a 1.5 to cut off. And I haven't cut it to length. I'm not going to worry. But I'm going to label that 3B so that I know it's not a scrap. Another 1.5. And that's 3H. Hi, Carol. How are you? Hope you've had a better day than me. No, it hasn't been that bad. It's just the weather's been horrible. So then I need a 3.5. And then I need to trim that down at 4.5. And I want it on that side this time, so it's got a star by it. So that's 1E. That'll go for 2D. And put that on there. And then we need 3.5 again. That's spare. And we need to cut that at 8 3/4. So pull that out. And that's 1J. Oh, I shouldn't have wrote on that side, but that's okay. I can rub it out because we need that one. That's what I do pencil. Tired being to the aquarium with Jem and Ellie, my sister-in-law, niece and great niece. Been wet here, there. Oh, what a lovely day though. I haven't been to an aquarium for a long time. At least you had a nice day. It's nice to get out, isn't it, and do some things. All right, we don't need any of these because these are 3 and 2. We don't need any Lost Lagoon, but we do need some Flirty Flamingo. So we'll find our 2-tone Flirty Flamingo. I mean, what I usually do with these is cut all the pieces that I need up first and set them into pages. But because we're only doing the 1 set pages, it seems silly to sit and cut it all. Right, so I need 2.5 by 12 on the light side. And that's 1C. And then another one that's 2.5 on the light side. It is the kit, yes. It's the Extraordinary Life kit. 1H. Yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a kit and sit and do a kit. I love the kits. I have made the kits up as they are, but I have also changed them up and made my own kits with them. My own page. We get so much stuff in the kits. Right, for 1B, we need 10.5 square. So we use our white willow. And we're going to go 10.5. Right, 10.5. Now I would say we're going to end up layering this onto another sheet paper. Now I was on about this the weekend of whether you gut your cardstock. And I was saying, I don't. The only time I gut cardstock, and for those of you that don't know, gutting is because I'm cutting this piece smaller than the 12 by 12, and I'm going to be placing it on top of another piece that's large, taking the middle out where you won't see it. That's gutting your paper or card. And yeah, I don't, unless it's foil. I do with my foil or my speciality stuff like that. But I know lots of people do. And I think I'm going to start. I think I've always just been too lazy. Just, you know, it's cardstock and get on with it. But yeah, I think I should. Right, now it's telling me for my left page, I need to adhere photos to 1E, which is my small piece of this. That's 1E. So I will have a 3x4 photo on there. So I'm going to add my photo mats like normal with a glue dot. Take some of the sticky off and pop that on. I mean, this black and white paper is perfect for adding your own colour to. And then we need some of our pre-cuts, die cuts. Oh, let's try here. And it tells you on the back which project it's for. So we'll take out everything that's for project 1 ready. So we've got the best days, a little tag, a label, Oh, stick it, isn't it, that one? We've got this large cut out, which I think is a pocket. Could be wrong. We've got another tag, a larger tag. There's a lot of die cuts for this one. Another pocket. We've got a journaling card, a banner. Oops. And we've got this here, which is Life is a Journey. And it sure is. I was asked the other day, if I had my time again, would I do things differently? And I said no. And the person that asked me looked at me and I says, well, if I did things differently, I wouldn't end up where I am now. I'm only where I am now because of the way I did things. Would I change odd bits of it? Yes. There's nothing on there that we need. Yes, I would change odd bits, but I'd still go through each step as I have done. So it says to add a photo also to the Lost Lagoon pre-cut pocket. So let's do that. And now that's going to be scored along there, I would say. So we'll pop it there. And that's probably about middle. We can always move it because we've got that glue dot on there. Right, assembly. So it says use Flirty Flamingo crosshatch exclusive paper for your base page. Right, let's find our Flirty Flamingo crosshatch. Here we go. That can be, that's our base page. Then it says adhere 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. So it tells you everything you need to do. I never numbered those, did I? My big white ones are B and G, so I need B. 1A, 1B, which is that piece, 1C, did I say? Yeah. Let's find 1C and 1D. There's 1D and 1C. That one. Okay. Those are all for our other piece. Right, so we're going to pop from the picture. It'll be that one down. So I'm definitely not going to end up gutting my paper because I've got that many layers. And then that one on top, and then those on top of there. Right, let's pop that down. And I'm going to have that there, that way. That's the non-cut edge. And it just lies a little bit nicer. Now I haven't put glue down that side and it won't matter, but it means I can hold on to it and not get glue on me. It won't matter because we're sticking this on top. Now I'm going to pop glue around the edge of here There's nothing going to be tucked in it, so I can go right the way around the edge. I'll pop that square by eye. Don't measure, as you well know, onto there. Nice. Now, there are measurements on here that tell you how far each thing's away from an edge or from something else. I tend to eyeball it, and I can see, I mean, that's gone on there, and then you can see that that butts up to it. We know that that's, because it's 5 inches, we know that that's around that, so I am just going to butt it up. Pop that one down next to that, slightly overlap it just for neatness, and then this strip will go next to that. I like the kits for ideas as well. I mean, there's nothing stopping you after you've created this from recreating it out of different products. There we go. So we've got that. Then it says a dear prepared E, which is this one. Don't use adhesive along the top edge. Other pieces will be placed behind it. So it's even telling you not to glue everything down. So I'll just pop that down like so. And then that's going 1.5 inches in. That'll do me for 1.5 in. And 3.25 down. Well, we know that's around 3.5, so it's just a bit up from there. We'll go there. That will do me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Create the pocket by scoring and folding the flaps of the Lost Lagoon pre-cut pocket under and adhering them to your page. So we're going to make this our pocket. I'll grab my trimmer, get my cutting blade out the way, line the edges up in my track so that I score along there where that ends and that ends to make me a tab. I'm going to do that on all 3 sides. Create tabs. Okay. And then we can fold those back. And we can burnish those. And then we can glue that on our page. So glue. On those 3 sides. And then this goes 1 3/8 inches from the right hand side and 2 3/4 up. So it's slightly higher than our first piece we've put on, and just a little way in from the edge of our white willow, and that is good for me. Okay, straighten that up because it looks off. So we've got our 2 photo mats on there. Then next thing we do is embellish with pre-cut pieces and stickers as shown. Okay. So what have we got? We don't need that one, that's for our other one. Our journaling piece sticks in there, and you can also put a photo in there as well. That's on our other, that's on our other. Oh, all these pieces are on our other one. So the only one we've got is our sentiment, which goes here, and then stickers. And our sticker sheet, which is here. And we want a large flower for up the top and a small outline flower, which is going to be that one. It's a shame to put it that way because it's hiding the leaf. So that one, mine isn't going under as far as theirs because I put glue along the top of that one. So I'm going to chop those leaves off. And then I'm going to pop that under there like so. It sticks out a little bit further than what theirs does, but that's okay. And then we want one of these large watercolour type flowers, which will stick under there. Like so, and slightly overlap that one. Okay. And then we want another one of those. I can grab one, which goes down here, half under there, showing through. We'll go there. And this I'm going to put on dimensionals. I like dimensionals in my scrapbook pages. Don't do it all the time. I do like to have them on there. I'm going to use, oh, that can have a big one there. That's a bit a big one. Yeah. I'll get some smaller ones. Those ones are a bit high because they're out of a kit. Let's add a few smaller ones on there, just to make sure all nice and even. You don't want it to end up pushed down flat. Make sure we've got enough to make it stable. So has anyone got anything planned for the weekend? We're doing the front garden. I know I only said recently that, you know, I don't care about my front. I don't have to look at it. But I actually went out there the other day and I thought, this is like a little bit. The main bit of our driveway is slabs. And there's some areas where I've got weeds that are like a foot high coming through the slabs. So yeah, it's time. And I've got tufts of grass that are like that big in other areas. So yeah, that's our plans for the weekend. Tidy the front, cut the lawn, weed the drive. That'll do. Oh, excellent. That sounds the best type of plan for the weekend, being with your girls. Right, got 2 little stars here. I have to say, I love the colours in this. Having that pop of real red and the Lost Lagoon, I think it's gorgeous. Okay, then it says, add your journaling to the pre-cut journaling piece and insert in the pocket. Well, I haven't added my journaling, but I've put my piece in my pocket. Insert the page into a memory protector and cut a slit in the pocket, making sure the page is inserted. So we'd cut a pocket, cut our memory protector down so that we can move this in and out without having to take it in and out of our memory protector. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not sure what page it's going to go next to. So we'll just leave that like that. And we'll do our second page. I actually sat last night and sorted all my scrapbook pages out. All my ones that I've actually put photos on are on a pile under my desk. And then I've got 3 albums full of different pages, whether it be the retreat pages. In fact, last year's virtual retreat albums in there, the kits that I've done, and then any other pages that I've made. They're all in page protectors ready to be used. So I need to get myself another couple of albums, and then I'll be able to put everything in to page protector and have them all looked after. Right, page 2. Wait, it's page 1, right hand side. So we need the same pieces again. We need this piece that we're going to put on this side this time. Let's pop that down. Like I say, you could quite easily trim all this down, cut it all out. I mean, you could cut all that out of there, all the middle out of there, and have this paper to use for other projects. But who's got time for doing that? Not me on a live video. It's a bit boring, isn't it? Just watching me cutting the middle out of bits. So let's pop that on there. Gorgeous. I love quite a bit of white, plain white on a spread when you've got a bit of a busy background. I think it looks really good. Then we're going to do the same with this one as we did on the other side and pop it down next, slightly overlapping for neatness. I mean, when I say overlapping, it's less than 1/8 of an inch that I'm overlapping it. It really isn't a lot at all. And then our strip. So, which this side this time. Oops, nearly. There we are. Gorgeous. Bit of wiggle room allows me to just push that in slightly because it wasn't quite butted up. Some tea. Lovely. So we've done those. A dear prepared J. What's this J? Yes. And we should have, I haven't prepared it. let's rub that out that I put on the wrong side, wasn't that? There we go. So this has always been a very good rubber. So we've got 2 3x4s on here. So again, we'll use our glue dots, pop those on. If you are signed up to Paper Pumpkin, there's emails gone out if you're expecting your May Paper Pumpkin. There's emails gone out that unfortunately, due to customs, it's going to be late. You will get a notification when it's on its way, but to say sorry, Stampin' Up, I've sent emails out to everybody, and I believe there may be a little surprise for you in that email. So yeah, if you've signed up for that, do go and check that out. Check your email. Right, so we're going to create our tabs again, scoring on our pre-done pocket. And then we'll fold and burnish these. And I do find that because you've read the instructions for the first page, you don't tend to read the instructions much for the second one, because you more or less know what it's going to say and you can figure it out by the pictures. And that goes over here. And all as it says about that is, it says a dear prepared J, which is that, which it doesn't say, because there's a little tag that goes in there and it doesn't say not to glue. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. It goes under the photo. So we can adhere this. Come on. My glue's getting lower, so we'll stand it upside down in my little pot. Now this is 1.5 inches down, 2 inches in. There we go. That looks something like to me. And we've got our pocket. Create the pocket by scoring and folding the flaps of the stripe people pocket under and adhering them to the page. Don't use adhesive along the top edge of the pocket. This is where you will insert pieces. Okay, so you need it to be a pocket. So it has to have an opening. And that's going level and 1/4 inch away from here. So it's level at the bottom and 1/4 inch. Something like that. Gorgeous. So you'd put a photo in there and your tag, like so. And I don't know if there's enough to actually put one of those in, but we'll put one in. I can always take it out if I need to after. There we go. And what else does it say? Add your journaling. Let's say your journaling goes on here. It says details. Insert the page into a memory protector. I think we need to add our bits on first. Oh yes, embellish with pre-cut pieces and stickers. Right, so we need flowers, an outline flower, which Oh, we need our bigger flower first, actually, on this one. And that goes up here to tuck behind our photo and just overlap there, like that. And this one goes over like so, something. They are lovely summery colours, aren't they? Yeah, I love them. I think it's a gorgeous, just the whole suite. But yeah, it was the colours that drew me. The hints of black. I love hints of black in things. And the fact with the suite that it is so good for scrapbooking. Right, I'm going to pop that on dimensionals. I mean, the actual bundle with the borders and the tabs and all sorts is perfect. I mean, I've really been having fun creating cards with it as well. But yeah, I really looking forward to creating some fab pages as well. Right, that goes up there, and then we need our last two little red stars off our sticker sheet. One there and one there. And then this little tab thing down here. Am I going to do it so it move? No, we don't need that interactive, do we? I'll glue that down. Take the little circle out, and then I'll pop that there. Nice. Right, then we've got this piece on here, this piece on here, but with a sticker, final flower outline there. Pop that on dimensionals, because why not? Take those off. Pop that over there. And then we'll just glue that one straight down. And I think that's it. That's our 2 pages completed. Right. So, let's move those out the way. Bring back our other page. So it's taken 3/4 of an hour, thereabouts, to create a double page spread. With cutting the pieces as well, sorting it out. We'll pop one of these in there so that everyone can just see that it will have a photograph in there. But yeah, aren't they gorgeous? My camera's a little bit far over this one side today, isn't it? Than normal. Move things across and then move them across. There we go, that's better. But yeah, I love those. I think they'll be really good for some nice summer photos. And then the other two that we've got, thank you, Carol. They're a little bit small on there. But we've got this page with all the lovely hearts, and all those are separate die cuts that you layer up and build it up. And then I would say use a pen to draw a line down, or dashed lines so it looks like they're stitched, or you could stitch them if you like to sew on your pages. And then that's the right page to there with some more hearts. So that's gorgeous. And then the third page is that with the lovely butterflies done in the same way. Layers. And the final page with more. I love the scallops. I'm quite liking scallops at the moment. But yeah, that's a really gorgeous page. Nice and easy to follow. But like I say, they will be changing them, I believe, to pre-cut pieces in the kits to make it that little bit easier for people. That was the feedback that came, so that's what Stampin' Up have said they will do, which is good that they listen. So right, that's me for this evening, and that's me for this week. Have a lovely weekend. I hope the weather picks up. Can't keep having more of this, can we? It just can't make its mind up. 1 minute it's blue sky, and then the next it's torrential rain with thunderstorms and what have you. I suppose it's doing the gardens good. That's one good thing about it. My California poppies are growing strong. I love looking out here this time of year because my California poppies are just there, which is nice. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you all next week with some more creations. Maybe we'll do a bit more of this. Maybe we'll do something a bit different. We shall see. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.